Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871. Today we're looking at the Blackrider. Blackrider is in very, very, very dire need of repair work. Let's take a look and see. I don't know if you can really see that. Is that really coming through? It's the quick release is not loose. We've got the quick release, it's just fine. But this wheel, the wheel is completely unraveling. The spokes, every last single one, every last single spoke is just a mess, you know. It is a miracle that this wheel has not folded over on me yet. I got a deposit in at the bike shop. We're working on getting a new wheel. If you guys remember, back in, what was it, August or so, I showed you guys how I needed a $1,200 wheel set, and obviously money is extremely tight. Affording a $1,200 wheel set isn't really viable. I'm gonna have to piecemeal this thing. So we got a deposit on a new back wheel. The guys, Marco at the shop, he's putting together me a new back wheel, and oh man, I got a bad head cold. But I'm not really worried about me. I'm more worried about my baby, my Blackrider. It's in very, very dire need of repair, and that's what I'm actually worried about. The spokes, let's see if I can show you here. Marco, he epoxied a number of the spokes, you know, but it's all come loose, and that's the eyelets. Like, look here, here's one eyelet that's completely come off, you know. And it's just a miracle that it's a miracle that this wheel hasn't folded over on me yet. Thanks to the components, you know, DT Swiss, and of course the craftsmanship of the mechanics who built the wheel. So there's a world of difference between what you get at a bike shop, and not just simply only Beacon, but pretty much any bike shop you go to, rather than a box store. What I just showed you is exactly why I don't go at a box store. A box store bike would have been destroyed 100 times over by now. I simply cannot ride them. When the Blackrider was being forged, if you will, It wasn't just simply guys, the bike shop, walking with me down a bike aisle, looking at bikes, you know, ooh, that looks nice. This thing started with, you know, it starts with them wanting to know what your needs are. And once I made my needs known, once I shared with them my cycling history, the problems that I've been having, you know, so we have a diagnostic period here, you know, because like I say, it's not just simple, because, you know, the Blackrider costs $3,500, but it's not that, you know, somebody just simply threw that kind of a high-ass price tag on it. There's a reason. You know, we started in catalogs, you know. Mitch brings out the catalogs, and, you know, he gets the glasses out, and he gets the pen and the pad out, and he starts writing down mathematical equations about what component will work with what, the value of this, and group sets, and gearing ratios, and he starts to explain these things to me. And so, like I say, a lot went into creating the Blackrider. And yeah, so, you know, you go to a big box store, and the best help you're going to get is somebody helping you bring the bike down off the rack. You know, that's your help. Yeah, so you know, a lot went into creating my baby here. And I trust the guys. Like I was saying, you hear horror stories about car mechanics, these back alley car mechanics, and maybe even some major big name, you know, repair shops. They see you coming, they size you up. If you look like you got money, they're gonna load you up with a few $1,000s in repair work for your car. When Marco initially explained to me back in, was it July, August, that I'm gonna need, you know, brand new wheels, because I'm thinking, you know, can we just rebuild the wheel? I'm like, no, we got brand new wheels, have to start from scratch. And I was like, what? Start all over from scratch? Are you sure? Well, we saw what happened when we tried to rebuild the back wheel. So it is interesting. It's almost like, you know, Marco had precognition, like he could see the future. He wasn't just simply trying to load me up with an expensive repair or overhaul bill. He understood the problem. He understood what was needed to actually solve the problem, because otherwise this is just going to keep happening. And that's what they're working with now. Because both Marco and Mitch, they don't want to have to see me continually need repair work. They want the problem fixed, finally solved. Probably because they do know that my money is finite. But yeah, so you know, you hear these horror stories that mechanic shops loading an easy markup. You know, they see you as a mark. They're going to load you up with repair work and a bunch of stuff, but I don't have to worry about that at the bike shop. They definitely take care of me right. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm more worried about my bicycle than my own health. I really don't care too much about me. I just want the Blackrider to be okay. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. The back wheel, it is on order. Hopefully the delivery will be expedited. The build, yeah, I never ever tell them to rush the build. Building a wheel of that particular caliber and quality, it you know, definitely take your time and get it right. And believe me, they will. Marco does have a little bit of he's got a little bit of OCD, I think. And when I asked him, could you, like, you know, tighten up the wheel or dust off the brakes or whatnot. He's like, no, if it's gonna be done, it has to be done right. I don't like to do it in a, you know, he doesn't like to do shit in a half-ass way, because you know, he doesn't do shit in a half-ass way. So that's just simply the hallmark of quality, people. That is the hallmark of quality. No half-stepping, no bullshit work. When it gets done right. So there you go. Hopefully the Blackrider will be up and running and not too much longer. Alright guys, Total Control 871.